What up, world? It's your boy J Star back again. We got the week 10 slate, man, and y'all already know how we gonna get into this right away with this injury report, man. So let's go. Let's see what we got here, man. It's looking like 49ers game. Got Aaron Banks out at guard for the 49ers, and let's see who else is out here. Defensive end Drake Jackson. Don't think that's really gonna matter too much there. We got Zay Jones still out. Okay, so we got two receivers still then gonna be getting, most of the opportunities there. Titans Bucks game. I know it's a lot of injuries to report here, man. We got a safety out for what is that? The Titans there. And Mike Brown, we got a guard that's going to be out. We got a cornerback in Sean Murphy Button. Wasn't that? Oh, yeah, this is his old team. So he was going to go against his old team there. He's out. Concussion for Treylon Burke. So some of those receivers going to have to step up there. And it looks like we got another tackle there that's going to be out. Okay, so moving on to the Buck side of things, we got doubtful for a guard here. We have out for Josh Hayes at cornerback. Carlton Davis didn't practice, and I'm thinking he's going to probably end up being out. Jamil Dean has got concussion. He's questionable. I think he's probably going to be out. So that's going to be a big deal if those cornerbacks are out, because those are all starting cornerbacks there for the Bucks. And so it makes it a better game for Will Levis and, of course, with Hopkins and things like that. We got the Browns here and the Ravens. It looks like David Bell is out. Concussion for Marquise Goodwin is out. Wow, man, a lot of receivers out for the Browns. They don't really have no depth there either. So yeah, tackle is out. Yeah, they're gonna be struggling in that game. It's probably really good for the Ravens defense there, y'all. And then yeah, just questionables for the Ravens. Everything else is good. Doubtful for Jair Alexander. Oh my God, that's crazy. So that puts one of those receivers in played in for sure. Did not know that. Kenny Clark, questionable. Okay, nothing wrong. Quay Walker is doubtful too, so the run game is probably still going to be something good. Even just with Campbell, I don't think that's going to be enough. So, yeah, Warren or, of course, Harris, something like that. On the other side, we got a defensive tackle and Montravius Adams and safety Minka Fitzpatrick. So the deep shot throw is probably going to be there since Fitzpatrick is out. Besides that, that's it. We got the Texans game here. What we got here? Fullback out for the Texans, who run 21. So I know it's a big deal for their run game. Probably not going to have much of that going on. Nico Collins is out. So big for, of course, Tank Dell and the other receivers that are able to play here. We got, who's this? Kicker is, wow, Fairbairn is out. Okay, so they're gonna have a struggle there. I wonder, did they probably picked up another kicker at least. Linebacker is out too. So okay, and then Brevin Jordan is still out. Damian Pierce is still out. We got concussion for their other linebacker is still gonna be out. So the tight end against them is gonna still be good there. Jimmy Ward is out too for cornerback. I mean safety, my bad. He's a safety, I forgot now. And Robert Woods is questionable. A lot of targets going to Tank Dell there and probably Noah Brown again. And of course the tight end, I would think. Let's see what's going on with the Bengals side of things. We got Chase questionable. We got Higgins, of course, out. We got Sam Hubbard out, defensive end there, and then a defensive tackle is going to be out. It's doubtful. So yeah, sort of Bengals there. We got the Saints game here. What we got here? Defensive end Foskey is going to be out, and then Kendra Miller is going to be out. And then let me see. I think what else we got for the other side? We got Jaron Hall. Okay, he's out, of course. Kind of knew that already. Dean Lowry is going to be doubtful. So defensive end is going to be out there. That's about it for the Vikings. For this Lions game and the Chargers, let's see. We got Lions doubtful for who? Defensive end. Okay, so that's going to be doubtful. He's probably going to be out there. Then we got another out and a guard. Okay, one of their guards is going to be out. And that's about it. So everything else is a go for them. Joey Bosa did not participate in practice today, but no ruling for his game status. So don't know about that one there. We got D. Alford, cornerback for the what is that, Falcons game. He's going to be out. And also Mac Hollins is out. Wow. So a lot of targets going to be going to Drake London and those tight ends. And it looks like we're going to have Heineke starting again there. So let's see. On the other side, Cardinals game, we got a center is going to be out. So Kyler's going to be starting with a backup center. Wow. Dermercado is out, and that's about it for them. And then the Giants game here, we got the Giants. Looks like Adoree Jackson is out. Wow. So I could have swore he plays in the slot too. So that's going to be really good for Lamb then. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to check back on that. But I really do think he plays in the slot. And then we got concussion for Deion Jackson. And then let's see, we got one more out in Evan Neal at tackle. So they're still going to be struggling on that line, man, having, injuries there. It looks like another guard did not practice. So it says personal matter. Okay, so we're good there. For the Cowboys side of things, looks like everybody's going to be able to go. Doesn't really look like any injuries to report there. Let's see, for this Washington game, I think this is the last game here. Nothing on the Washington side. The Seahawks side, we got Anthony Bradford, but it looks like personal matter. So it says out though. Wow, so he's going to be out still? Okay, so one of their guards is going to be out. Everything else is a go. And that looks like that's about it there, man. So we're finished with that. So let's get into this like we do all the time. We got Cleveland and Baltimore here right away. Let me get my notes up. What I got here. Let's see what's notes. Is these the right notes? Okay, so we got the Cleveland and Baltimore game here, man. So we reported a lot of stuff over the Browns being out. Definitely it looks like it's going to be a pay-up option to go to the Ravens defense there. If they're getting the ball back too many times, man, you're looking at a Lamar Andrews stack there, possibly being able to work for you. And possibly also, I think, what is the Browns also giving up? Out of the backfield, running back catching and stuff like that. So right now, I think that leans towards the heel, though, being the running back that's been catching the most. So possibly, even though Gus is getting those goal line carries, so if they get to that goal line too many times, Gus could be in play. And, because he's going to get those goal line opportunities and rushing in. But if not that, a skinny stack with Lamar, Andrews, and possibly the defense sounds like the way to go. There's really nothing to say on the Cleveland side, so I'm just keeping moving there because they don't really have much. And also, they're on the road, and we already know Cooper kind of disappears, y'all. So moving on from that game, we got the Texans and the Bengals here, man. Stroud coming off that really great game. It's looking like over here, Nico being out, of course, that pushed Tank Dell. I feel like he probably will be double covered, though, most of the game. Woods, I wonder if he plays. If he plays, it's going to kind of interfere with Noah Brown because Noah Brown was in the slot, and Woods has been kind of playing in that slot area most of the time. Man, so I wonder, I really want to know what's going to happen here because Noah Brown could be in play again easily. You need to be attacking that slot area. Tank Dell had equal opportunities in the slot as Nico. So, and he ended up being the one that benefited last week. But Nico is probably going to, Noah Brown is going to probably be in play here. I think if Woods plays, though, it could lean to Woods, though, If not, though, I definitely think Schultz is, he's in that slot. He had, I think, like the second most opportunities in the slot. So you can definitely roll with Schultz, man. I think he can definitely get it done. Also, the Cincinnati Bengals is number 1 in fantasy points to tight end there. So definitely feel like that's a way to go there. On the other side here, Burrow and his offense has been rolling. But I would say, with Higgins being out and Chase being banged up, they're supposed to be attacking kind of slot area anyway, so maybe that benefits Boyd getting more targets here. At tight end, Irv Smith, but it seems like they kind of like the Hudson kid a little bit more. They've been waiting for him to come back, and as soon as he came back, they gave the targets to him. 2,500, I don't mind taking shots at that. Also, I do feel that Mixon is going to be in for a pretty big game here. I think they're going to target him a lot. After seeing what White was able to do, I don't see why they don't do that. So you're looking for a Burrow stack. I'm thinking this could be the way to go. Of course, Chase able to go completely, then he is going to be heavily targeted. I believe, though, Houston does get Stingley back this week, though, at cornerback, which was one of their first-round picks, cornerback. So might be a little bit harder for him. And I think, attacking these area right here is going to be where Burrow is going to succeed at the most. So moving on from that game, got San Francisco and Jacksonville game. I think this should be a pretty good game here. Let me see. Where's my notes at? Oh yeah, I think I put them down here. Yeah, okay. So here we go. So we got Trevor Lawrence here, looking like best plays here. Coming out of the backfield to throw to your running back could be an option there for him. Besides that, it looks like one of the wide receivers. I'm kind of leaning towards where is it at? Where is he at? Kirk here is where I'm kind of leaning towards, just because I know he lines up on that left side, which is a more easier side to get it done. Ridley is going to be in play. I know his route. They said per man. What I want to say defenses, but the 49ers play a lot more zone from what I remember and what I've seen so far. So I feel like it benefits more Kirk. I've seen a lot of things saying, go to Ridley. So you can take shots at either. This team plays, I want to say, a 12 personnel anyway. So the receivers, only 2 receivers anyways, and they can kind of switch sides at any given time. And so either one of them could have that matchup, so you can definitely say either one could get it done. Besides that, though, definitely Ingram is kind of in play here. This is where you kind of want to attack the 49ers at, is with Ingram. And, of course, getting out wide to one of your receivers there. The run game, of course, is going to be stopped. But the pass catching option to ETN, which he has benefited from. So that is in play here. But, like I said, definitely if you wanted to just skinny stack here with Ingram and Lawrence, you can try that out. Or one with just the receivers there, too, as well. One of those receivers. On the other side here with Purdy, we, of course, got McCaffrey going to be definitely in play, since out the backfield is where Jacksonville doesn't, really stick too well there. And then at wide receiver, let's see, where are they giving up at? Yeah, so Ayuk and Debo, could be in play here. They used to lean more to Debo, though, against zone-style defenses. So maybe you want to go with Debo. But Ayuk has been performing really well as of lately. So either one of those receivers could do well. It kind of definitely kicks out Kittle now that Debo is going to be back, though. And then for the Saints game here, we got Carr, which I tell y'all every time with him, he's on that 2-touchdown curse. So don't expect nothing more than that. I mean, the last game, he threw those touchdowns so early and still ended up with 2 touchdowns. So, like I tell you, 2 touchdown. You're hoping for he gets that 300-yard bonus. If he's able to get that, then yeah, fine. You're going to do well. Definitely it should be Olave here. Let me go back up to those notes here, and it looks like, where are we at? Here we go. So definitely it should be Olave, but also if they're gonna keep going to Shaheed for those deep shots down the field, I definitely think he could be in play here. And besides that, it looks like it's about it. It's like the slot, and that's Olave, since he's in and out of the slot too as well. And then Shaheed. So those two should be the best options there to go with Carr. Moving on to the other side here, we got Dobbs. Is he getting back Jefferson? Let's see what the latest is about this. What we listed as questionable, okay. But we got to know if they're going to activate him, come Saturday and everything. Even with him playing and stuff, it looks like the slot is where you want to go anyways. And that is Hawkinson. He has had the most opportunities and targets in the slot area. Is Osborne... Where is he at? Okay, so he's questionable still. And he might probably not end up being able to play. If he's not able to play, then Powell is an option too, because he's in that slot area, and that's where you need to be attacking. We do know they move in Jefferson in there too, so if he's able to play, yeah, they will be taking shots there. But he kind of lines up wide with Addison, and Powell is going to be, and Hawkinson should be a play there for the slot area for them to attack there. Moving on from that game, we got Green Bay and Pittsburgh here. So I remember saying Minkah Fitzpatrick is out, so should help. I know also pass catching backs, I believe, is against the Steelers here, or is it run? It's the actual run. Okay, so it's the actual run. So Aaron Jones is going to be in play there for sure, especially if he can get the 20 opportunities he came off of last week. But for the deep shots here, definitely we're looking at Christian Watson. Also, it looks like the Steelers are giving up I didn't even realize that. So it's actually slot receiver too. So a combination of Christian Watson and Reed, since Minka is going to be out, and they take some deep shots with Reed too, so that's kind of cool there. And they both have the speed in these two receivers. If you wanna stack with Love, you think he's actually gonna do good here. I mean, the offense hasn't looked too well for me to think that though. But Dobbs is also more, I would say, well, against no, my bad, because this is a man style defense. So yeah, it's definitely more leaning to than it being Watson over Dobbs, because the Steelers do play man a lot. So definitely Watson, and some Reed, I think could be some good plays there to go with Love. And then on the other side, Pickett, not really seeing much good offensive passing from Pickett. I would say like just maybe taking a receiver sounds good just because Jair is not going to play. I don't really see me stacking up a Pickett stack here because the Packers have been pretty good at stopping people from scoring a lot, especially in the receiver area too, I would say. So you can choose any one of the receivers though. And Deontay Johnson, I think he kind of edges out Pickens in the zone style. He has been a receiver they kind of go to there. But also over here, the pass catching back, Warren, definitely going to be in play there. So definitely will lean to Warren, or like I said, maybe one of those receivers does pretty well. If Pickett can actually be accurate, because he doesn't have good accuracy in throwing. So moving on to this Levis versus Baker Mayfield game here. Baker's side of things, man, he's gonna have to throw the ball here. He's not gonna be able to lean on White like he did last week. We have two receivers, man. Definitely best options for him. Mike Evans and Godwin. I thought Mike Evans lined up on the side where the weaker cornerback is out here. Or at here, I mean, for the Tennessee Titans. We did say what is it? Murphy is going to be out, so that I feel like that's what lines up with Evans, because Godwin I know plays both. He can, he's been lining out wide a little bit more though, and he used to play more slot. So either one of them has the opportunity for sure. But the more explosive one is Evans, and he almost had that touchdown on. And they called it short of the 1 yard gain. So I feel like it's more Evans game here. Moving on though from that side, it's looking like for the Titans side of things though. Looking at Will Levis for sure here. I think Henry's going to have a very hard time here, but I know if they get to the goal line enough, they could. But even at that, Tampa Bay is even one of the best red zone defenses. So you got to score from far. Looking at a Hopkins, I'm looking at Phillips, possibly stepping up there. And then, of course, I'm looking at Akamu probably finally having a good game here. For Levis there. But yeah, definitely Hopkins, man. I mean, if the cornerbacks are both out, then we got Hopkins going to get mad targets and probably have a huge game there. So a nice skinny stack with Will Levis and Hopkins sounds like that could work. Then moving on with this Murray game here and Heineke. Oh God. Murray just coming back. I don't know really much to expect there. Falcons defense really, I feel like a skinny stack then with McBride and Murray then. That's about it from what I see here. I know Connor is supposed to be back too though. But for Heineke side of things, Bijan, hopefully Arthur Smith gets his stuff together, man. Because this is one of the teams that's given up a lot of rushing touchdowns and a lot to running backs and fantasy points to them. Drake London should have mad targets in this game, and he should be able to do really well and go off. So I'm thinking, maybe a stack with these two, with a Heineke, or just running those two, in a lineup sounds good to me. Moving on from that game here, we got the best game on the slate. Should be the most exciting game at least. Feel like Herbert might struggle in this game though, because Lions defense have been really good. Especially it seems like on the road too at that. Like if you go look at their road stats, they've been, I want to say, in the teens like every time. But we do know they're going to go heavy to these two. Like it's what their offense runs on, but the easier matchup definitely goes to Everett and Parham. So if you want to really get it, right here, it's, Lions giving up 4 points to tight ends. So they could be leaning heavily on both of those tight ends. And besides that, it's like the slot. So, possibly Keenan Allen is able to get something done here. He is very high though, man. Like he's going to need to score in this game for sure. And I would also think cross that 100-yard bonus there, for Herbert. Besides that, on the other side, Goff really has it pretty much easy, with that line that he has to protect him. If they can get any one of those backs going, yes, Montgomery is going to take the goal line carries for sure. But I think this might be the last game Gibbs has a really good game. I really do think that's probably what's going to happen here. And then besides that, I'm definitely liking St. Brown here. Chargers giving up 6 most points, fantasy points to wide receivers. And it looks like it is out wide more than anything, though. And Brown is kind of moves in and out. I know he plays the slot a lot, but he still is getting the most targets too out wide on his team, and he's the most explosive player on their team too. Besides that, though, Laporta is going to be probably the best option here. Period. We're talking about, what is it, third most fantasy points to tight end. He's done good. I think the last 2 games or something, or yeah, last 2 games really good. 3 out of the 4 games has been good. Just a big part of their offense, man. And I feel like this is his game right here. They're just not that good at sticking tight ends, and they're not really good at pass catching backs either. So a stack between those two could do well. And that's about it, I think, from that side of things. Moving on, we got the Giants here. No way I'm taking Danny DeVito, so we're going to move on from there and go right into Prescott here. We saw what the first time was like. It was a defensive, crazy defensive game. So definitely the defense is going to be in play because we got a backup quarterback and a third string at that. So defense going to be a play. Of course, that means Pollard. But every time also we do got to beware. When the defense makes it easy for Dak, he tries to light it up. So Lamb, with the what cornerback I forgot, Adoree Jackson is probably out, and I think he lines up on the side with Lamb. I really do. So if that is true, if not, and he lines up with like a Gallup or Cooks or something, then possibly they was in play. But right now their offense is just running through Lamb. So, if you're going to give them too many opportunities to pass the ball, and they're getting the ball back over and over, then Lamb is definitely going to be in for it. Of course, Ferguson is also, because they don't really stick too well. Tight ends coming out that backfield or on that line and stuff like that. So I definitely think they're going to be in play with Ferguson, Lamb. Or, if you just want to think it's just going to be a run game, you can definitely go with the Pollard and the defense stack there. Besides that, we move on to this Washington and Seattle game here. For the Washington side of things, I know Seattle's giving up some of the most rushing touchdowns. So B-Rob is going to be in play for real before that. But I also think, let me just make sure, is that, yeah, so that's just rushing touchdowns just straight up. So yeah, it's going to be B-Rob there. At receiver though wise, we already know this. Why I'm even second guessing and thinking about it. Curtis Samuel, if he's able to go, starts the game, we roll with Curtis Samuel. If not, Crowder. Like, it's the slot area. Also, though, who does come into the slot and get some targets there is Dotson. So if you want a more explosive player, you can go with Dotson and a B-Rob stack right there with Howell, or just, these two stack without Howell if you think that too as well. I think also, though, who's getting targets in the slot is Logan Thomas. So you can also roll Logan Thomas there too, because he is getting some targets there. On the other side there, though, Geno Smith should have a field day throwing to Metcalf. Metcalf lines up on the side where it's really weak for Washington. They give up a lot of fantasy points there out wide. Should be an easy day for them to get it going. So now, since we are finally done, man, with this full slate here, I'm gonna get into my final look lineup here. And I know my first look had this guy. I think I'm going with him again though, man. Like Goff, man. He just seems like he has the full offensive weapons. Like his full offense, just throw the ball, have a really good game here, man. I know he has both running backs and they could steal some of the touchdowns and make him come short of what our expectations here are. But I think the Chargers struggle too many times, and he gets the ball back too many times for him not to just hit for us in this game. And he's going to have to continue to keep putting up points here. So that's why I'm going to go with him here. At running back, I am going to go ahead and take Pollard. I definitely feel like that's going to be a good game. I'm going to go with, Bijan Robinson, man. I hope this one hits, y'all. Hope this one hits because, oh my God, man. And then I also am going to stack him along with Drake London here. So I hope Heineke can get that done and get that ball to Drake London so he can be able to do well. Hopefully we can hand off some carries, to the 15 amount to Bijan Robinson, because he's way too explosive of a back, man, to not hit like every other running back has done against Arizona. So then besides that, I'm going to go with wide receiver here. I gotta go with Metcalf, man. Is that one of my first late options here? No, I got all the Atlanta game and of course Pollard. So yeah, we got all late so far. Matter of fact, this is crazy of a lineup. Didn't even realize that. So then I'm gonna go with my first early play. Then here is gonna be this Tennessee game. I'm gonna take some savings here. I'm gonna go with Phillips. Being able to come in for what was that Burks. I think you can get something done there. Like he's been targeted too pretty well, so I like that. And then it looks like at tight end, I have to get my guy Laporta to go stack with Goff there. Just too great of a spot, man. We saw what Conklin was able to do late. And the thing is with the Detroit Lions, they go to Laporta early. They don't waste to all the way to the fourth quarter to do something like that. So I definitely think Laporta could already probably have 2 touchdowns early in that game. If they're actually throwing them. And then for flex options here, or matter of fact, I'm gonna go with my defense and stack the defense, of course, with Pollard there. I think this is a week to pay up. There are some lower options here I think you can go to though this week, but I am going to pay up here for my defense, and it's going to leave me with how much? Where are we at? 4,900. I got Christian Watson. I don't mind taking a solo Christian Watson there, but I definitely kind of got this feeling that double tight end could be in play here. So I'm going to go with double tight end with Schultz, man. Stepping up in that slot area there where you need to attack, and being that that's the number 1 fantasy point team in tight end points, coming off a really great game he just had, and they're short their number 1 receiver. I think Schultz could step up because they are going to be double covering Tank Dell for sure. I think it's going to be a little bit harder for him, but if they're able to spread the ball out a little bit, Tank Dell could still end up having a good game. But I think you need to go to other options first. So I definitely think Schultz is that guy that gets it done. So we do a double tight end stack here. Like I said, I don't mind switching it off, though, to take Watson there, too, as well. But that's it for my final look at this week slate, man, this week 10 slate. Hopefully this helps y'all out. It's your boy J Star. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace, y'all. Good luck this week.